all set, guys? Ready to go? All right, questions for our student athletes.
Jake, how's your head?
I was able to play. I got hit pretty hard, but just got knocked around a little bit. I'll be all right.
Jake, can you talk about, Missouri State was shorthanded, and it was important to kind of take away their hope a little bit in this game, and, on both ends of the floor, defensively and offensively, and that kind of is the way it played out. None of their guys aside from Gully really got going, and you guys were operating pretty well offensively. Just talk about, against a kind of a wounded team like they were, never really given them a chance to win.
Yeah, that's what we're supposed to do. They have all conference guy that's out. They're on the road. So we knew we needed to come out and go at them early and keep pushing. We've been up in the past few games at halftime, and we've kind of let that lead slip and let them come back and take the lead on us at Drake and can't remember the other one, but Bradley. But we want to just keep it on, keep the tempo up, keep making them take tough shots. Goalie got going a little bit, but we were able to hold the other guys, in check. So we did a pretty good job, but that's what we're supposed to do, especially with all conference guy out for Missouri State.
You had the assignment on Reuter, and just talk about taking him away in the first half. I don't know how many shots he had. It wasn't many. He hardly had any touches. And then just talk about your defense up there.
Yeah, well, with Marshall out, we were able to key a little bit more on Reuter. To beat us, we knew they had hit some threes. They had knocked out some shots. So I was able not to help as much. They didn't really penetrate, or they did, but I didn't have to come off because Marshall didn't have the ball. But yeah, that was our game plan. Just denying the ball, make him work for everything. He didn't hit a three-pointer, and that was one of our goals going into the game. Limit his touches, limit his clean looks, and we were able to do that along with some of the other guys that they had.
Juwan, I don't want to say this one was comfortable because you don't want to disrespect the other team, but this was a little bit. There were very few runs that Missouri State made to kind of make the game, to make it nervous. Let's talk about having, I don't know if it was a 40-minute effort, but it was a good enough effort to keep it comfortable. Just talk about how important that was for this team to have a victory like that.
Like you was talking about earlier with the runs that sometimes we give up in the second half, just coming out flat. We just wanted to, take that out of our game. Like Coach always harp about it and say, we're gonna get down the road where we're gonna be playing against teams where we can't have that lapse, and it can come back and bite us. So we just try to take that out of the game.
Christian, how do you think the defensive effort was in this game? And kind of the way the defense has been played by the team lately in general. Are you happy with the progress you guys are making?
Yeah, you can be happy, but you can't be satisfied. We know we have to get better, especially with Wichita, going to Wichita this Saturday. We had good spurts. There were times we didn't communicate, let them score. So, you can be happy, but we can't be satisfied. So we know we still have to get better on the defensive end to get where we want to be.
Jake, talk about the offense in the first half. 12 assists, 2 turnovers. You had 9 of the assists. Just the way you guys were flowing in that first half.
Yeah, it was clicking. Sometimes you just have those games. Missouri State, the past couple times we've played them, they've sagged off me a lot. I heard their coach get on the rondo defense, so they're just sitting some guy on the free throw line. So it allowed me to probe a little bit. I was able to get some pitch actions with some of our guards and give them the ball. But we were just clicking. We shot 51%, 38 from the three. If we do that on Saturday, we'll be in a pretty good position. But we know Wichita's gonna come at us, so we're gonna have to figure out some things and maybe make some adjustments. But as far as our offense goes, the first half, we did a really good job.
For all three of you guys have preached one game at a time all along. Now that one game is Wichita coming up, an undefeated team. How do you continue to maintain that mentality and still recognize that this is a really big game coming up?
Just got to stay hungry. Each game is important. Now that this one is behind us, we got to focus on Wichita and not look past this one. Of course, we won't. This was marked on everybody's calendar. You can include that on us too. So this will be one we'll be hungry for, and hopefully it'll turn out how we want to.
Any thoughts on that, guys?
Just going into Wichita, we know what that place is like. I don't even know the word to use. Ferocious. The crowd is crazy. Yeah, it's one of the most exciting places to play. We know that they're going to have some runs and some spurts where the crowd gets going. But I think that we're a veteran enough group of guys that we understand how it's going to be, what it's going to be like there and what we need to do to be able to come out successful.
Anything else, guys? Gentlemen, thank you.